And we are rolling. We are live. Hello, my name is Matt. Welcome to week 3 of 30 Days of Healthy. Chilling here with my side main upside down kick, Maria. Thank you, Maria, for all you do, keeping us all on track, keeping us up to date with the most relevant, recent things that we can all gather around and support each other with. That's always super, super helpful.
Of course.
All right. So, yeah. I just kind of want to drop right into the breath. If we could all do a little wiggling into our body and just take a few breaths together so that we can just get settled and kind of aligned on the same page. You are likely watching this after the fact, but what we are experiencing now is the coronavirus. It is everywhere as far as the what is in the air and what people are feeling. So that's very real, and I think for us to see how that's affecting us and how we can mindfully respond is more motivation for me to sit down and do my meditation practice than ever. Might seem a little counterintuitive sometimes when there's such panic in the air and gotta do this, do that, take care of this. When for me, I'm feeling it's a great opportunity and reminder to slow down and very carefully watch my response to a very real, powerful situation. So, with that, let's just start to deepen our breath a little bit. Wiggle your bum down into your chair or your feet down into the floor. And you can just start to let all your cells relax and open and settle and find structure in your body so that everything feels aligned and comfortable. And start to deepen your breath. Where has that tension been living? Breathing into those spaces. You might start to scan the body. It's a helpful way to develop that mindfulness of returning to the breath, returning to the body, not letting the mind get lost in thought. Starting from the top of the head, you might feel your hair on your head. You might feel your forehead. I hold tension there. I can relax into that. And how that connects to my eyes, and I can feel my eyes smile a little bit when I relax the tension in my forehead. Connecting with the breath. One thing we can do to switch our fight or flight nervous system is to extend our breathing, taking in more oxygen and extending our exhales. Continuing down the neck, the shoulders, the weight they hold, giving them a little bit of love, a little bit of breath. extending that breath across the chest, into the heart. Breathing into the heart. Maybe rather than thinking of the heart as the pump that is pushing the blood throughout the body, maybe looking at the heart as that organ that pauses everything, that gives the whole body a chance to catch a sip of air. The body is flowing, everything is circulating, the heart stops everything for a moment. And what enters in that sacred pause can be quite beautiful. Maybe feeling that heartbeat. Extending that down into the belly, into the back. Deep breaths into that dantian, into that womb space, into your center. Letting that breath extend down into your legs. Oh, our legs. They do so much for us. We can breathe into those guys, into the feet, relaxing it all, sending it all a bit of love, continuing to scan down into the root, into the toes. And now broadening the awareness to the whole body, breathing into the whole body. In this quiet place, maybe setting an intention of health, of love, of peace and calm, finding your balance, letting this feeling ripple through the body and into your day. You can start to bring some movement in, whatever feels normal, natural. Good stuff.
That was amazing.
Good old breath. Okay, so we are steeped in it, in health. I think it's cool. Collective world focus on health, how can we respond to this pandemic in a way that is supportive of our environment, and we're noticing how that's directly related to ourselves and our inner environment. And um, I'm just going right into my personal reflection for this past week of healthy. And it's just like, take your time, slow it down. There's a sense of relief that I'm feeling that the whole world has just been like snuffed out. Like, hey, chill your flame. And I feel less of a pressure to perform in general and not feel like I have to output as much to keep up with the pace of society. And that's felt pretty sweet and interesting to see how much that has affected me. Because I didn't think it had so much. I very much live in a bubble of sorts. I've got my friends and it's all kind of, yeah, we're very mindful of how we operate in the world, and yet we are in the world and it affects us. So it's bringing to light a lot of interesting things to play with when it comes to long-term health. And yeah, my relationship to the earth, that's been pretty sweet. A very just a desire to want to connect more there and see that, um, deepen that. Very excited that this whole pandemic has got me excited about the garden. I have a friend who called me who was trained to be a first responder in pandemic situations. And she called and she's just doing her due diligence of spreading information and making sure she can share what she can and do what she can um, to help. And she said, Matt, I know you have land. Consider using it to grow food. This is a situation and that we need to take seriously. And um, I was like, okay, yes, ma'am. I'm gonna go get some seeds, and I've just been reading up on Patchy Mama and how she likes to live, so that I can best be in symbiosis when my hands are in the dirt with her, and we can just kind of work together to create beautiful fruit. This week really just kind of, it was very much putting out fires initially. I live in a house with now 8 people, and we're all like, okay, how do we operate as a community while socially distancing? And I feel like that's just now we've got our bidets, we've got our cleaning stations, we've got certain things um, situated in the house, and now I feel like it's a nice opportunity to um, get creative. Like, a lot of people are at home, a lot of time on their hands. I feel that, and I feel a good opportunity to use this time of solitude to be still and allow some fun, creative things to go down. So I'm excited to see what comes of it, personally. And yeah, that's how I'm feeling. What's up with you, Maria?
A lot. So I don't know. I'll share my thoughts on this time overall. And then I'll also share my thoughts as it relates to 30 days of health. But with the time overall, a lot of what you said, Matt, like resonated, but it shows up differently for me. I would say, like, for me, what gives me hope, what encourages me is the different ways that community is showing up in my life. So, like,
Mm.
for example, like yoga classes are now like going online, and there was like this like dance thing that I went to last month where they did their very first like live around the world, you all gather and dance in your living room. And like I just feel like the world still very much, despite the social distancing, the world still very much wants to connect, and it's so important that we remember to connect. We're social beings. It's like that's what we want, need love. So it's just the different ways that community is like sort of evolving, and the definition of it now as we're sort of being asked to physically sort of distance ourselves, like how that shows up in other ways. And then the other part was what you were saying, like I've been really inspired in terms of just hunkering in. Like there's this woman that I love back at home, and she talked about how life wants to give form to life. So she used, like she was just in Jerusalem, and she was at like a ancient ruins, and she's like, there were sprouts of life like in these ancient ruins, like use this as a time to create. So like really going within and like just allowing things to surface that I hadn't really previously allowed to surface, and then sort of creating, using that to create something new. So it's been interesting. It has been, it's not like I sound like I'm very grounded and centered, and I definitely do have moments of that, but like it's definitely been a big sort of emotional roller coaster. And I also I feel like we're being really called to be centered and calm, despite all the chaos going on around us. And so I'm trying my best, but there's definitely waves. And then the other thing with 30 Days of Health, like it's been good. My key reflections there are pretty similar to last week. It's just about being patient, really, and being compassionate. Understanding that I'm not going to suddenly be like a health master tomorrow and have like a perfect diet and no toxins and the best lifestyle in the world, and just being patient and loving and compassionate with myself as I take it sort of one step at a time. And then the other piece there is movement. So for me, my goal, my health goal ended up being connecting with my body, but through movement. So getting to know my actual physical vessel, my body better, and connecting deeply with it, but through moving. And that's shown up in so many different ways, whether it's just going outside and getting some fresh air, which is also so important with everything that's going on around us, or dancing around my living room, or trying Qigong, or whatever it might be. Like, it's just been cool to actually focus in on it, and I'm already more aware of my body. And if I continue to do it, like who knows what will happen. So yeah, that's overall my current moment in time and my reflections.
Nice. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, it's going to be sweet to see what type of patterns, habits, routines, rituals, that's the word I was looking for. Rituals can be introduced with this push or pull and time. Yeah. Oh, movement. Yeah, very important to right now to keep it moving, keep it flowing. Lots of silver linings to it all. And that's what keeps me calm. And I mean, anytime I notice a panic, it's just another opportunity to take a breath and then relax into that. So again, I think that's where my meditation practice has been really helpful, is noticing, usually by just checking in with the bod. Oh, I'm like real, my gut's tight, my heart's beating, my head's like just crunched, and I kind of like, okay, what good is that serving, especially when I have others around me in a conversation, in just listening with someone. How can I release the tension and not let that infect? Ooh, that's an intense word. Infect another person. It's yeah. So, this will be the last week of health. Let's review the intentions we'll be diving into. It's been cool to see. Well, I guess it's health, so they've all been so relevant with the pandemic. But just to give us a roadmap for what's to come. Day 22, diligent. Day 23, reflective. Day 24, balanced. Day 25, honest. Day 26, playful. Cannot wait for that one. Day 27, determined. Day 28, disciplined. Day 29, intentional. And our final day, 30, healthy. And we're going to do one last healthy sync up next Sunday, same time. Does not matter where you are in the course. This is very much just a time for us to sync up, more live time, be able to have these conversations and just deepen our experience outside of the course and inside of the course a lot more. So every week we will be here, and we appreciate you for watching this recording after the fact. That's totally cool too. But feel free, put it on your radar. We will be wrapping up 30 days of health this month and diving into decluttering in April. Super excited for that. Spring is here officially as of 3 days ago, and time to clear out the clutter. Yeah, so just planting that seed, and I just want to add to that, not just the physical clutter. There's a lot of other clutter that accumulates, and to give ourselves a chance, especially after focusing on being healthy, what kind of things can be let go of so that more healthy practices and things and can come in. So looking forward to that. Until then, enjoy the rest of your healthy journey. Just want to check in with you, Maria, see if there's anything else we should share.
No, I think you covered it. But just take care. Anybody tuning in, take care out there. Know you're not alone. We're here. We'll get through this. We love you. Thank you for being here, and thank you, Matt, also for hosting us this month and the creation of health and bringing us through this series. So thank you as well.
Yeah, my pleasure. Okay, cool. Well, we will be here. If you guys have any wild, fun, cool ideas as you're going through your own journey, feel free to reach out. Both Maria and I are totally receptive to any sort of thoughts, feedback, crazy ideas. So otherwise, just enjoy your own time of you ultimately, and working through different inspirations and intentions, and just good job for showing up and taking that time for you. That's ultimately one of the best things I think we can do in these times. Very healthy. Alrighty, well, until next week, thank y'all for tuning in.